So it's Tuesday morning. I'm just about to head out here on a little day trip outside of Winnipeg. I'm not even sure where I'm headed today, to be honest. I have kind of three options. I can go south, I can go east, or I can go west. Riding Mountain National Park was one of my ideas, but to be honest, it's winter and there's not a lot to do if you don't have gear. So that probably isn't the best option. Kenora, Ontario, always a pleasure. I'd be willing to go out there for the day. Or south through the Bible Belt of Manitoba to see all the small Mennonite towns between here and the United States border. So there's a lot of interest there, a lot of quaint cafes and everything else. So that does sound appealing to me as well. So I guess we'll see where I end up.
Oh, I ain't gonna live like this no more. Most of my life's been waging war till I found peace. I could've swore what she did shook me to the core, and I ain't gonna live like that no more.
So roughly 2 hours after leaving Winnipeg, I've arrived here in Morden, Manitoba. I was slowed down a little bit due to the morning traffic rush hour, but I made it here to the Manitoba Bible Belt. So this is a Mennonite part of Manitoba. Tons of Mennonites settled in this area. So this is referred to as Manitoba's Bible Belt, at least the beginning of it. And I'm going to be checking out some of those, I guess, Christian vibes as I travel through this region on my way back up towards Winnipeg. So I've started here at the end of it, making my way back towards Winnipeg through it. So this is Morden's very beautiful courthouse. Looks like it was built in 1904. Beautiful brick building. This is downtown Winkler, Manitoba, and I'm right here at the White Cap Cafe, famous around these areas, and one of the best cafes in Manitoba, according to the internet. The barista in there was telling me that they've been open for 6 years and it's considered to be the best coffee shop in southern Manitoba. So kind of a hidden secret. So to be honest, the guy seemed a bit concerned that I was actually vlogging. I don't think he necessarily wants the word to spread about White Cap coffee. I guess business is not a bad thing though. So there's that. Anyway, trying out the White Cap latte, which is actually brewed with Phil and Sebastian's coffee from Calgary. So my hometown. I know Phil and Sebastian's very well. It's my favorite coffee in Calgary, hands down. Definitely a decent latte. It's really surprising that you can find this in a small farming town in southern Manitoba. So good on you, citizens of Winkler, for opening this cafe for yuppie tourists like myself to enjoy. Cheers. Well, one staple of the Canadian prairies is that in order to make towns interesting, they often resort to roadside attractions. So Winkler is no exception. It is home to the largest hockey stick roadside attraction. This statue is 3,000 pounds. One of the heaviest, I guess, 3-ton hockey sticks that you'll find on any given roadside. Impressive, actually.
Well, I ain't gonna live like this no more. Trouble comes when the barmaid pours another for a man who should have found the door. Oh, when I get going, you can hear me roar, and I know I can't live like this no more.
All right, I have arrived here in Altona, Manitoba. This is home to one of Manitoba's most famous roadside attractions, as you can see here. This is Van Gogh's Sunflowers. I believe this is the largest painting on an easel in the world. So they went all out for this one, right at the entrance to town here in the Christian Mennonite community of Altona, Manitoba. So this is one of Canada's conservative bastions. So basically, most of Manitoba is actually quite socialist. It's quite left-wing. This pocket of towns in southern Manitoba is one of the conservative heartlands of Canada. So it's more similar to my home province of Alberta in being more of a right-wing conservative, economic freedom-based mentality and largely faith-based in this area. So interesting to see the, I guess, political dynamic here in Manitoba. And I guess depending on your political persuasion, this is either, you know, a collection of outcasts or perhaps an oasis of common sense, depending on your perspective.
Oh, I ain't gonna live like this no more, hurting as bad as the years before, living in a lie I can't ignore. Oh, I had to cut ties to settle the score, and I ain't gonna live like this no more.
I've made it here to the United States border, right ahead of me. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to go any further, but that is the United States right there, those groves of trees. That is the state of North Dakota. Unfortunately, I don't have my passport with me, so I'm not able to actually head into the US at all on this trip, but there it is. Made it to the 49th parallel, sitting right on it, basically. All right, I am heading down Highway 243, I believe it is. So this road is parallel to the US border, which is right over there. So I'm very close to the US. I'm basically driving right along the borderline between here and the other border town of Emerson, Pembina, where the highway is. So I'm going to head over there and then pick up the highway back up towards Winnipeg. Well, I am approaching the Emerson border crossing in Emerson, Manitoba. This is a major border crossing. Directly south of here, if you continue south, you will hit Fargo, North Dakota, as you can see here. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, I believe veers off. Kansas City, I believe, is on this route. Also, Minneapolis, Minnesota. So a lot of places you can go from this turnoff. And this is Boundary Avenue. This road is the US-Canadian border, so I'm not allowed to cross any further than this road. So if I cross past this tree, I'm in the United States of America, and I'm also trespassing. So I'm going to be very careful. No trespassing over there, it says. So you got to be very careful that you stay on your side of the border. And right across from here is a place called Noyes, I think it's pronounced, Noyes, Minnesota. There's some houses there of Noyes, Minnesota, and old train station by the looks of it. So this is the Canadian National Railway, but no trespassing here, so I guess I gotta go. All right, that's pretty much it.
Lord, I ain't gonna live like this no more. I've been drinking till my body's sore. Ain't touched my bed, just sleep on the floor. But I'ma get on my feet, get on my chores, get some things from the getting store. This old ship's coming back to shore, 'cause I ain't gonna live like this no more.
All right, well, I'm here at the Mennonite Heritage Village. just at the north end of Steinbach, Manitoba. And unfortunately, it is closed for the winter season here. However, you can see, at least behind the gate, a replica homestead, it looks like. A Mennonite homestead, barns. Pretty interesting. There's actually an impressive windmill. You can see it from the highway, but I think it's hiding behind the barn at this point. It was a bit ill-timed here on my visit to check out one of Manitoba's most famous attractions in the area here, just outside of Steinbach. Everything you would ever hope to learn about a Mennonite can be found inside of this building. $12 admission if you're interested in checking this out if you're ever in the Steinbach area. $10 for seniors and students, $6 for children. Kids under 5 are free. There's some sort of monument here. Can't quite make it out. The snow is pretty deep, but I'm going to try to trudge over here to see what this says at least. In memory of those who found their resting places in the unmarked graves, in labor camps, in the endless loneliness of Russia's northern wastes on the road between east and west. May the cenotaph act as their gravestone to remind us of their suffering. So those lost in the gulags of Russia, all the Mennonites that perished. I found a back road here with at least some views of the signature windmill of Steinbach. Yeah, I wish I could see it from the front, but you get the idea. And it's actually right next to the Steinbach airport. Really small. You can see all these small aircraft here. Fuel tank and a short little runway. All right, I'm going to be heading back to Winnipeg now, but not before trying some local barbecue at the Bigg Smoak Barbecue, brand new restaurant here in Steinbach. Well, the problem with ordering takeout is invariably this is going to be ice cold by the time I get back to my hotel, but these are incredible ribs. Their barbecue sauce is almost, I don't know, it's got like a fruity tinge to it. I like it. And brisket. So I have the St. Louis ribs and the brisket. Absolutely incredible barbecue. I can't wait to actually dig into this at my hotel. Unfortunately, I have too many sides and everything else to set up here in the car, and it's getting dark and I got to return this rental car soon. But I'm going to have a bite to eat at least and then head back. All right, I've made it back here to my hotel to try this amazing barbecue from the Bigg Smoak in Steinbach, Manitoba. I got myself a pint of the local hazy IPA as well, so definitely delicious. So these are, once again, the St. Louis ribs with the brisket right over there. Coleslaw, looks like some creamed butter, cornbread, macaroni and cheese. So I'm going to try this cornbread out. Really good. I'm going to try this macaroni and cheese. Yeah, that might be packaged. That sucks. Coleslaw. That's good. And let me take a look at that brisket. Amazing. Really good. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy my meal, but definitely check out the Bigg Smoak Barbecue in Steinbach, Manitoba if you ever find yourself in the Winnipeg area. It's about 45 minutes outside of Winnipeg, so a bit of a distance, but excellent barbecue.